All right. Speaking of doing some,
Where is this going?
the Chicago Bulls. I always love when we get John's inner monologue on a segue. That's good. Where is this one going?
I'm interested. You have my attention.
The Chicago Bulls, started a Ring of Honor. Obviously, honored all the people you would expect: Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, Jerry Krause, GM of the greatest dynasty perhaps we've seen in modern sports. But Jerry Krause, disliked famously by Chicago fans for reasons both very understandable and stupid, in my opinion. But certainly The Last Dance, we got a chance to hear Michael Jordan's side of the story very clearly.
That's a big stamp. Damn, you know what I mean? It's hard to beat those MJ allegations.
No doubt.
Everybody's watching something during the fucking pandy. That's all we had. The whole world was, singing,
look,
fuck Jerry Krause. But go ahead.
And we talked about this at the time. I was a huge fan of The Last Dance. There is no doubt it is a big step in the direction of the rich and powerful get to control their story and their narrative. They're going to be the executive producer on their own documentary. There is not going to be an objective voice saying, was Jerry Krause an asshole who was like overly looking to the future? Yes. Did he consistently put championship rosters around Michael Jordan in a way that many superstars since have not been able to see? Objectively, yes.
Yeah.
Right? And we talked about it, like most sports fans would take a reviled GM who helped you win 6 championships. Like most sports fans would take that. Anyway, Jerry Krause looks like the evil dude in Space Jam. I'm not defending Jerry Krause. Anyway.
Yeah.
They made the mistake of not showing that his widow was at the game first. They just put the card up on the screen of Jerry Krause to overwhelming boos.
The production team lost the plot, bro.
100%. Overwhelming boos, and then cut to, and this shit genuinely broke my heart.
Oh,
they
man.
cut to his widow, who was so overwhelmed with like sadness that she could not like sit. She was physically overwhelmed by how shitty she felt about it. So I don't know, man. Like I feel like it was the all-time bad vibes sports clip. Like I just watched it and was like, I don't know, my stomach flipped over. It was so fucking nasty feeling. You know what I mean? How did you guys react to that? Are Chicago fans justified in booing? Obviously, I do understand they didn't know his widow's sitting right here, whatever, because of the production team. But how did you guys react to that clip?
I mean, my takeaway from that was, bro, propaganda works. Like, that motherfucking MJ propaganda. Look, I feel like the only way you can genuinely have any, type of resentment towards Jerry Krause is if you're like 40 or older, right? Like that shit happened fucking, 25 years ago when he said, all right, that's enough. And, 6 rings, we're blowing it up now. If you are still holding on to that from 1998, you know what I mean? Like,
Christ,
right. And it sounded like the whole fucking arena was booing. It didn't sound like it was just a bunch of 40 plus motherfuckers. It sounded like the whole fucking arena was in on that.
Like
right?
the 8-year-old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Vinny and Maya were booing. The kid, they're like,
with
That's
the
the dude
Levine
from the
jersey on it, like,
documentary.
fuck Jerry Krause.
Yeah, but Jerry Krause, man, just completely unappreciative. A fucking masterful job he did with those Bulls. Like, even fucking MJ threw a shot during his Hall of Fame speech at him. Like, dog, he was like, Jerry Krause is here. I don't know who invited him. I didn't. Like, goddamn. Like, can we just, give the motherfucker just some props in his last few days here? But just a sad story, man.
I mean, obviously, I feel like they didn't know that she was sitting there. We spoke to that, you know what I mean? They didn't know she was sitting there. Yeah, but I just, bro, like almost 30 years later, like how long you gonna hold on to that? How long is the city gonna hold on to that? You know what I mean? I honestly don't care too much about, but it really hurt me seeing her be like, we ignore the human part. They're booing the man that, ran the team. You feel me? They're not, but there's a human behind that, and it was his widow. You feel me? That witnessed that. It's just it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch.
yes.
It just reminds it's just a reminder that, yo, bro, like motherfuckers that are, front facing in this way are not just what you see. They have a whole life behind him. He's probably a solid ass fucking husband. You know what I mean? And, he's getting booed 30 years later in a fucking arena because some basketball decisions she
While
made.
being inducted into the Ring of Honor.
It's just like, bro, like this is, and honestly, that's kind of just what life is to a degree in certain ways. You know what I mean? Like, you get caught up in the propaganda machine, as Tyler said, on the wrong side of it, and that's where we end up.
It is also interesting because, like, I think society has come to a more healthy perspective on what a lunatic Michael Jordan is in most regards, right? Like his Hall of Fame speech, which was like an airing of grievances, I think was widely viewed as a like, damn, Mike, like, appreciate your life a little bit here. Like people weren't like, fuck yeah, like Michael Jordan, like get these motherfuckers, like
he's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah,
he invited the dude. He invited the dude who got picked to varsity over him to the game and then called him out during his speech. He was like, yeah, such and such is here. He got picked, on varsity over me. We hooped not too long ago. He still got the same game. Like, God damn, like, bro, you are the greatest basketball player of all time in this moment, and you still taking shots at homie from 11th grade. Who you invited there?
If hate leads you to greatness, it's hard to let that go. That becomes your personality, nigga.
My point is, we've come to this better understanding of like how kind of like fucked up his worldview is, but we also collectively decided, and clearly Chicago collectively decided after The Last Dance, we were gonna let him have Jerry Krause. You know what I mean? It's like, as a treat, you could just hate this man forever. But, we're gonna see the way you view Isaiah Thomas as maybe a little fucked up. Like, but Jerry Krause, go ahead, Mike. I don't know.
And MJ owes so much of his legacy to the moves that Jerry Krause made for that team. We have seen the talent evaluator that MJ is, right? And and it is very well known that he used to go to that front office all the time with demands about who they should bring in, who he wanted them to draft. They're like, nah. Like, I forget, there was some UNC guy who turned out to be a bum who MJ wanted them to take over Pippen. Like, bro, if Krause in that front office fucking fold to you there, you're not winning 6. You're not going down as the fucking GOAT.
If he doesn't fuck over Pippen for them years, where are you at? How many chips do you win? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. The Cowboys are 7-point favorites against the Packers this weekend, and I'm excited to see how they manage to mess it up.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets, only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours.